Will Smith is retracing a highly publicized parenting choice, one he now labels a terrible mistake, just as his son Jaden Smith finds himself under fresh scrutiny in Paris. On June 13, on the UK's Heart Breakfast show, Smith reflected, "We made a very, very, very terrible mistake with our children, and we went with radical honesty. Don't do it. I'm not advocating for it." He recalled instituting a rule promising no punishment for honesty. "The only way you can get in trouble is if we find out, and you don't tell the truth," he explained. The famously open approach, Smith admits, backfired. Because they do whatever they want, and then just come tell you. It's awful. Don't try it. You want your kids to lie. You don't want to know some of the stuff your kids are thinking and doing. That moment of introspection has taken on new relevance after Jaden was recently photographed at 3 a.m. on June 23 in a Paris park with a friend, and what appears to be drug paraphernalia, including a bomb and lighter. Although no use was visible in stills, critics quickly weighed in. "Great parenting, Will and Jada." "Not," wrote one Daily Mail commenter. Another blamed his upbringing. Reports from NSTARS confirmed the video, captured by Hollywood Fix, shows Jaden sitting quietly with his companion, nodding to music. While no illicit substances were observed, the scene triggered a flood of online discussion about celebrity parenting. Follow-up coverage from various outlets echoed the situation. Associates Times noted he had a bong and lighter in hand, although no usage occurred. A KRTN report added the same details. Yahoo News also spoke to the juxtaposition of his presence in Paris, just as his father had spoken about the parenting misstep. So what's at play here? Critics have linked Jaden's behavior to Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's high-profile, free-range parenting, particularly the radical honesty model Smith has now regretted. The scene in Paris did more than spark tabloid chatter. It prompted broader discussions over boundaries, accountability, and the limits of total transparency in raising children. For his part, Will hasn't publicly addressed the Paris incident, but his comments in mid-June underline a lesson learned. Nodding along to your child's honesty isn't parenting, it's abdication. Sometimes, Smith acknowledged, you want the truth, and sometimes you don't. Motivated by this self-critique, Smith recently re-entered the spotlight. He released a music album based on a true story, Season 1, Rave in the Wasteland, in March, his first in 20 years, and is currently on a European tour that includes dates in Frankfurt and Budapest. He's balancing creative revival while navigating family criticism. Jaden, meanwhile, continues to walk a public tightrope. At age 26, he's built a reputation as both a creative individual, motivated by directionless exploration, and, at times, a flashpoint for viral moments. His June 23 footage in Paris only intensified that narrative. Behind the headlines lies a clash of philosophies. Will and Jada chose openness. Their adult children are now navigating relative freedom in the public eye. Will's warning, "Don't do it," captures the paradox. Honesty is critical, but without guardrails, it can leave young people exposed in ways neither truth nor trust intended. At the root is a shift in the parenting equation. What begins as trust can morph into neglect without guidance. Will's realization that unbounded honesty led to unintended consequences echoes loudly in light of Jaden's situation. The Smith family has stayed largely silent in response to the Paris photos. For now, Jaden offers no public explanation. But as father and son continue to make headlines, Will cautioning against radical truth, Jaden unguarded in the City of Light, their stories remain deeply intertwined. Perhaps Will's greatest insight isn't that kids will always tell the truth, but that some truths call for parental framing, not a free-for-all admission. And while Jaden's Paris moment won't define him, it underscores how celebrity parenting lessons must evolve when children and consequences